they really do.
Tests. Good morning. Welcome to Annapolis, Maryland. Just had the Naval Academy parachute team come in. Beautiful sunny day, mid-70s, pretty breezy here in Annapolis. We've got the color guard ready to come out. Welcome out to Annapolis for a fantastic match versus Notre Dame College, another Notre Dame College here in Annapolis. They also come in undefeated. The one blemish on Notre Dame College's record is a tie in very wet and muddy conditions against Army West Point. We expect this to be a highly contested showdown. It should be a fantastic match.
Specifically Notre Dame College, just based on film, flying in there, just bat out of hell. If they want to be disruptive, I'm good. If they want to be disruptive, they need to be legally disruptive, which is what I mentioned. If they got guys flying in, I want to be quicker to not manage out of those first few. Just don't say a word, just hit it. Because I did tell Notre Dame.
Test.
And you're in there slowing it down, I'm going to ping it. If it's a medium to high probability, then I'll manage out because, and just between you, if it's a 50-50 contest, then they've earned a slower ball. But if they haven't earned it, then I'm not going to give it to them. Perfect. All right. And then scrums are going to be, I'm going to just sit on the scrum half side for the first couple, nice and slow, and back away.
Pretty standard breeze here today. A little bit coming from behind us, so crosswind coming across the field, but still kind of coming left to right, quartering crosswind. Leaves are starting to change on the drive down to the Brigade Sports Complex. Surprisingly warm day here today, though.
Push back and like, oh, hey, what is that? And then as their coaches become water people.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Lord does that. They warn them 3 times.
Well, they've cut that out. It feels like it's more. Well, it's usually with the coach and a player. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah.
To be fair, as long as you're sitting here going, hey, look out for the back line.
Right.
Don't make it obvious.
Right. Yeah. How am I gonna know? Yeah.
It's kind of like they're making this whole football about stealing signs. I'm like, it's part of the game.
Right.
If you can't hide your signs,
yeah.
Baseball does it all the
time. There's 80,000 people that can see your placards. Someone's gonna be able to figure out,
So now, it's hilarious now. You watch them walk off like baseball. They walk off with the glove over their head now.
Right. Well, and now they have that little thing here, so they don't have to worry about it.
There's 4 plays of rugby, right? There's a kick, there's spin, crash. There's probably one more, right? But that's about it. Sorry, kick for position.
All right, thank you. I'm guessing we'll do the national anthem. Yeah. I don't know where they want us to stand.
Naval Academy midshipmen making their way out onto the field in their gold kits. Notre Dame College will be in their blue with the white stripe.
For the midshipmen, we have at 1, Will West. 2, Jacob D'Amico. 4, Reese Thacker. 5, Austin Taylor. 6, Vaughn.
Sorry, sir. How far are they walking out?
They're just lining up with the time.
Okay. Okay. We don't want to be in their way. Thank you.
Notre Dame College coming in with a 5-0-1 record, 3-0-1 in the conference. They're on a 3-game win streak. So coming into Annapolis with a full head of steam. Naval Academy color guard makes their way off the pitch now. Speaking of the pitch, field here on Ernie Blake Field looks a lot better than it did last weekend. Quite a few big games last weekend in wet and muddy conditions. Really tore the field up. It looks like it's made a really good recovery. We'll have Notre Dame College starting on the left and the midshipmen on the right. Notre Dame kicking off.
Midshipmen in classic fashion deciding to play against the wind in first half. Love having the wind in the second half to just continue to apply pressure as the game goes on.
Yeah, pretty standard tactic from what we've
College
seen
captain.
This year and even last year as well. Midshipmen love to go into the wind in the first half and really take advantage of it in the second half. Some risk associated with that if the wind shifts, and we saw a little bit of that last weekend. And we're underway here in Annapolis. Sean McClaney
Take a step.
takes the kickoff,
Sorry about that.
quickly dishes it, and it's taken into contact. McClaney box kicking, a little bit off the shin of his foot. Doesn't go as far as he wants. Smith with the bobble, and that goes out of bounds.
Yes. We'll take this from
Uncharacteristic
back. We'll
box
take
kick
this
there,
from.
I'd say, for the midshipmen. Usually you're going to see a deep ball there to your 10, 15, or even 12 in our case, and that's going to go long. Not entirely sure why we box kick from the middle of the field there.
Yeah, not sure. I have to think that we wanted to put Notre Dame immediately under some pressure and keep the ball in hand. But,
Hey, guys.
I mean, your
Good
choices
high
are
line.
either run it out
Stability.
or try a clearance kick or the box kick there. Box kick just doesn't quite come off.
Crouch.
Notre Dame elects for the scrum here.
Bind.
First scrum of the day. Less than a minute into the match.
Set. Stable.
Ready!
Good.
Ready!
Crouch bind set the call. Notre Dame pushed back initially.
Yeah, it's fine. He's
Scrum starts to wheel. Ball's out. Good flat ball by Notre Dame College. He's a little bit isolated there.
Ball's loose.
Notre Dame's clear out is on top of it. Quick pick and go. Midshipmen immediately under some defensive pressure here. Notre Dame going for a series of pick and goes. Setting up the forwards. Got one back way out wide. You see the outside center starting to spread it out from Notre Dame. Notre Dame continues to keep it in the forwards. Some quickness from the Notre Dame pack there with another pick and go. Notre Dame immediately looking to test the midshipmen's defense and size as well. Falcons trying to give the midshipmen a little bit of a dose of their own medicine close to the try line. Forward reaches out for the try line. He's short. And the ref calls a try for Notre Dame after some consistent forward pressure by the Falcons.
Yeah, that's excellent patience from Notre Dame College there. I think they pick and go that from about 6-7 meters out. It's a tactic we've seen used against Navy, the national championship game, and really all year. The teams like to pick and go against us, and when you're that close and if it gets the job done, points are points.
After you're able to make the progress, then you make the progress. You have to think Notre Dame thinking they can take advantage of a little bit of size mismatch. They know they have the size advantage, certainly in the pack, certainly in the front row as well. Just looking at the loose head and the tight head out there, they've definitely got some size on them.
Yeah, we'll see as the game continues here if they're able to use that size effectively, as the midshipmen love to run around with the ball. I personally am not too concerned about our station here currently, but we'll have to respond.
Yeah, we're only 3 minutes into the match, but certainly not the start you necessarily want. And there are some disadvantages with favoring size, right? So the midshipmen are known for trying to tire teams out, right? That ball is up and good. That conversion is good. 4 minutes into the match, it's Notre Dame 7, Navy 0. Midshipman getting ready to kick. Gantz with a kickoff. Nice and high. That's up. Immediately met by Russell. Ball's out. A little bit of a bobble in contact, but he's able to maintain possession on the Notre Dame side.
Outside.
Right outside the 22. Looks like they're going to drop it back into the pocket, or they're going to try a box kick themselves. Taylor goes up to contest, but he misses it. Smith is up again. He takes it. Immediately met. McClaney digs the ball out. Badia.
Tackle. Away.
Got to get the ball wide here.
Nice flat ball to Bullock. Notre Dame slow rolling away. Doesn't look like they're penalized. Gantz with a quick feet. Dances through some tackles. McClaney to the right. Ball is bobbled by the midshipmen, but they're able to maintain possession. Hits the deck a few times. Missed the inside connection. Opp with a kick. Goes immediately to Notre Dame College. A little bit of a miscue on that kick. Opp is back to collect the counter kick by Notre Dame. Gantz with a long line drive. It hits the deck, but Notre Dame's able to gather it in. They look to counterattack. It's back. Advantage to Notre Dame there on the kicking duel. Met hard in the tackle inside the 22. Navy is there to ruck over and maintain possession. No high tackle, but a knock-on. Looked like D'Amico was hitting the head as he took that into contact. He's rubbing his jaw now, but it's turned over to Notre Dame. Not in the right area of the field for the midshipmen. Notre Dame back on offense here. Notre Dame going back to the pick and drive game.
Yeah, there's almost a sense of panic in the air here for the midshipmen. I think we need to just calm down a little bit. A lot of unnecessary mistakes.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it panic. Certainly some uncharacteristic mistakes. A little bit early to call it panic, right? I think the midshipmen got really unlucky with that tackle. I mean, granted, D'Amico was late or was low going into contact, but still the onus is on the defensive player to make sure there's no head contact. That's quick hands. And Notre Dame is able to get around the edge and score for a second time. Try Notre Dame. Definitely some quick hands out wide there and took advantage of a little bit of a mismatch. You could see the midshipmen diving out wide trying to cover that tackle, but it's missed.
I am certainly tiptoeing towards panic.
7 minutes in, and the midshipmen are down 12-0. McElhaney having some words with a ref.
I'm seeing what you're saying. I'm not seeing the way, but I will tell them to stay up.
It's going to be the largest deficit the midshipmen have seen in a long time.
Since last year's championship match.
Last year's championship and maybe even the game against Trinity earlier this fall.
Yeah, true.
If I get into the details, but
they make contact and they go to ground.
Certainly an interesting place to be. A lot of rugby left to play.
After the kick, go ahead.
I'm sure we'll respond.
Coach Hickey definitely not happy, though. That conversion kick is good. Notre Dame 14, Navy 0. Navy not doing a very good job in the first 8.5 minutes here, playing in the right areas of the pitch.
Yeah, uncharacteristic mistakes in defense here.
A few mistakes in defense, and then a few, we'll call it kick response, kick chase. Duels that didn't go Navy's way. That kickoff was high and inside the 22. Navy looks for the counter ruck. It's dug out by Notre Dame. Clearance kick is up.
Restacker almost got to that.
That ball makes it out of bounds. It'll be a midshipman line out in their offensive half.
Speaking up for all sides.
Okay. Offensively?
Ready?
That call is not straight on the line out. The wind playing a factor with the midshipman line out. It'll be a scrum down in Notre Dame.
That's good. The picture was good. Yep.
Only the second scrum down of the match.
Yeah, the mids seem to love to give Bill Webb the throw to the back on the first line-out throw of every game.
Crouch. Ball.
Crouch bind set. Good set there. Midshipman pulled back a little bit, pushed back a little bit. Met by Smith. He tosses it back. It's pulled out to the left. They go to kick. Op is back. He catches it. Immediately kicks it back. It's off kind of the side of his foot, but it hits the ground and goes out of bounds. Advantage to Navy on that little kicking duel back and forth.
Yeah, you know Landon was looking for the 50-22 there, but that's a pretty good stab at it into the wind.
Yeah, it just didn't look like it came off his foot very well. It looked like it came off his ankle, his shin. He didn't make really good contact, but overall I think it's
a territorial win.
You have to be happy with with the territory gain. Notre Dame gets that line out. Oh, good job picking that ball up off his shoelaces there by the Notre Dame prop. And that's called sealing on Notre Dame. So McClaney's little talk with the ref immediately after the restart helps a little bit. You could see him kind of making the hand motions after that second try. Looked like he was talking about Notre Dame sealing the ball off in the rucks.
Yeah, Navy in a great place to get some momentum back here after getting that penalty. That was huge.
Yeah.
The boys come through, but they stay here and then they step back.
In that case, he didn't. He didn't have control. I know what you're saying. Here, give yourself a little bit more. There you go.
Midshipmen need to get their set piece dialed in here. Certainly on the line out. They do a good job calling Bill Webb's number to the front of the line out. Good take by Taylor there. They set up the maul.
You're in the middle. You're fine.
Maul still going. McClaney pulls it out. Krieger. Ball's out. D'Amico with the carry.
Number 15.
Out to the left again. Webb. Thacker.
You have advantage. You have advantage.
Taylor. Midshipmen look to set up their close range offense. Krieger met strongly. Penalty to the midshipmen.
We have one
not
over there
away
about the
call
same
there
line, but
Notre
about
Dame.
15 meters over.
That's happened a few times, and that's kind of another
Penalty here. Not
tactic
rolling.
that's used
Strong
against
hold.
Navy. Teams like to use whatever advantage they can to slow down game speed and slow things down, slow down the ruck.
Yeah, you can't blame them whatsoever. The Navy had a couple different options there. 5 meters out, not surprised going with the scrum. They're going to want to tire those big boys for NBC out. Definitely had the option of going back to the maul in the corner, though, too. It would have been a difficult kick trying to get it out to the corner, but that's an unsurprising choice.
They're set up in the center of the pitch. Almost looked like they wanted to go for the quick tap, but scrum, a great call here.
Yeah, you guarantee you Sean thought about it.
Stay in. Stay bound.
That ball comes out. Krieger steps inside, but he slips.
Maybe the pitch hasn't fully recovered yet. Not blaming Roan.
Comes out to the left.
You guys didn't release him.
Adia. Lots of Notre Dame players in the way. Comes out to the left. Long pass. Alman.
Good feet from Jack there.
Keeps going wide. Taylor. Taylor's got some size. Support is there. Back inside. Thacker. He's met and driven back after making some initial gain there.
Yeah, Reese got a little too high there.
Navy looks to set up their pick and go game.
Yeah, the key here is patience and discipline.
Short. Release.
Just short there. He had a little bit of a seam that he looked like he made his way through, but not able to get it over the try line. That goes backwards. A little bit of a bobble there. Lost the ball as he was looking to put it down. Patience here is the name of the game as well. Krieger goes through. He's met. Navy just needs to settle down. They're getting a little bit over anxious here.
Yeah, credit to Notre Dame College here for what has been a phenomenal stand. Sean tries his classic inside step.
We have advantage.
Resistance.
We have
Looks like there's an advantage to Navy, though. Not sure what the call is on the advantage, maybe offside.
Boys desperate to get the ball wide here. Let's see what happens.
Almost a little bit of an obstruction, but I don't know if the ref doesn't see it. He brings it back for the penalty advantage.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't blow that up as soon as about 5 meters of territory was lost there. Seemed almost a no-brainer.
Ref is stopping the clock.
3 penalties in striking area. Okay, discipline has to clean up. We have not rolling away, and we have a high contact.
Over to
and then we had a
talk to
second
him,
high
or at
contact.
least the Notre Dame captain. Maybe that's just Sean.
There's 2 high contacts. The first was over here. The second one was by
Yeah, he got hands on knees from a lot of NDC
They're getting
guys
low.
here.
They got once they get the neck, they got to let go.
Nope,
He
looks
kept
like
holding
we're
on.
kicking to the
Right.
corner.
Okay,
Yeah.
it looks like the ref
Scrum.
is mentioning two high
Scrum.
contact,
Time is on.
two high tackles, and then another not rolling away. So you have to think he's warning Notre Dame, like, hey, no more, or I'm going to have to pull out a card.
Guys, team warning inside the 22.
A penalty try even.
Yep.
Yeah, potentially.
Navy, seconds.
Yeah, seconds.
We saw a penalty try in the women's Army-Navy match last night. Some repeated scrum infractions by the Army women's rugby team. Navy women ultimately end up dropping that match last night up in West Point, 42-22. Midshipmen get a decent push. Krieger's able to break one tackle and make it all the way through and dot it down. Try, Navy, Ronan Krieger. Great job there. Notre Dame had been doing really well getting that first shoulder in and getting that initial tackle, definitely on Ronan, but Ronan's able to slip one tackle and then drive that second tackler back before touching the ball down. Great job.
Yeah, sensational carry from Ronan Krieger there.
Yeah, thank you.
Krieger steps up to convert his own try. Low line drive, and that's pulled wide by Krieger. In the 18th minute, Notre Dame 14, Navy 5.
The boys are chomping at the bit here to get more points on the board. I'm excited to see where this goes from here.
Yeah.
Notre Dame getting ready to restart.
Okay. Thanks, Izzy.
That kicks up. Comes down right off the 22. Smith with a carry. Gantz back in the pocket.
Notre Dame College got 4 guys in the backfield here ready to try and counterattack.
Yeah, I noticed that. Maybe his kick chase is decent. Uncharacteristic mistake by Gantz there. Bunch of uncharacteristic mistakes by the midshipman. He knocks that ball on in the catch.
Yeah, we're just we're giving away points and we're giving away good attempts at points here. We're making mistakes inside our own 22.
Call it quick so I know.
Gantz was he was primed there to dominate that kicking battle. It's about their backfield coverage had come so forward. He would have been able to put that over their heads easy.
Crouch.
Scrum down inside Navy's 22 here for Notre Dame.
Set. Stable.
That ball comes out quickly.
Anything high in here, we good. Good? Okay.
Notre Dame goes back to their forward game, their pick and goes. We'll see what Navy's defense can do here.
That's fine.
Doing a much better job, at least from the first couple looks here, stopping that right at the source.
And Navy really trying to get their chop tackle game going here.
No, he cleared him out.
It was knocked on.
Knock
it was not in
on
goal. It's a
with the
5
attempt
meter
to try.
scrum, maybe.
Notre Dame keeping it within their forwards. They were able to take advantage of some of the size mismatches there. Navy's forwards getting involved in the tackle, and a few times you saw looked like prop on fly half, prop on center, prop on wing.
Yeah, there's a good deal of quickness here in their pick and go. It's impressive. It seemed like the NDC player just went to stretch there. Maybe a little impatient. If they had waited 1 or 2 phases there, that may have been a try guaranteed with the way it was going.
Okay, I got what you're saying now. All right. Yep.
We're just over 21 minutes into the first half. Score is Notre Dame 14, Navy 5. It's a scrum down to Navy inside their 5 meter channel.
Set.
Really need a strong push here. Need something to try to get out of trouble.
No.
Dangerous pass from Jack Allman there.
Stay back. Keep moving.
Well, Navy able to get it after that ball skips across the deck a little bit.
Never onside.
Offside the call versus Notre Dame.
Never onside. You were all too slow.
We're seeing Navy trying to run the ball out of the back a little bit rather than trying to use the clearance kick. A little bit of a risky game there, but they're able to take advantage of it. That kick also comes off of
another
Landon.
off kick from Landon there.
Still a line out to Navy, but definitely not his usual kicking game. Things just are not clicking for the midshipmen right now in the first half. Knock-ons, a few kicks going off the ankle or the shin. Not straight line out, only one decent line out, but they're still able to make some headway there. They set up the maul.
You're gonna find advantage
that on
arm
skates right
He's
now.
through the middle.
McClaney looks to pull it out. Bullock with the carry. McClaney's got to get that ball out wide. Up. He kicks it. Oh, that's a great kick. It's dropped. It hits the ground and goes backwards. And a little bit of a slip by Notre Dame there. They spin it into the center. He goes to kick it high. McClaney's back. Gantz. Krieger. J.D. Bengtson's got space. He shoves off one. Oh, he's met, but he was going down and a little bit of contact to the head. D'Amico's
Mid's got great momentum here.
Jetty able to gather that in. Back shoulder pass over to Von Schmitz. He gets that to Smith. Smith dances inside. He's dragged down by his jersey.
Stay!
McClaney gets it out. Badia. Unfortunate spill there on the double tackle by Badia. I think he was trying to get his hands free so he could offload that.
Coming off the hill.
Good positive play. Expansive play by the midshipmen. They're trying to spread that field out wide. Really go side to side.
Yeah, you see.
Tire out the Notre Dame forward pack. You already see they're pretty.
Yeah, every next scrum we get here, these boys are getting more and more tired. You're just going to see momentum build here from the midshipmen as this game goes on. That was great pace of play from Sean McClaney, too. The ball speed there was incredible.
There's the set. Pretty steady, a little bit of the dancing on the feet. Notre Dame goes through. Pops up for Gantz. He steps. He's got space. He chips it over. Almost had it, but he's close on support.
Avi Gantz fighting like a one-man army right now.
Yeah, he is. Drops back into the pocket, back to the tri-zone.
Give him one-man Navy.
One ship Navy?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, A.V. Gantz turned on a 3-on-1 there into a 20-meter run, a chip over a top, and almost a try. That was fantastic.
Yeah, there was space. You could see there was space towards the center of the field. Those three came up flat, and they had the outside touchline covered.
Time off. Time off.
There's a Notre Dame player on the near side of the field.
Yeah, no reason we shouldn't be playing on here. If he's tired, tell him to get off the pitch.
Yeah, we got a guy coming.
And
We'll let him on, and then
Notre
we'll
Dame
start.
is making a sub. Not sure. One of their looks like it's one of their props coming off.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it certainly does
Don't know
not
what I
look
would've
like
done
they
with that.
subbed a prop in. So interesting choice there for Notre Dame College.
They
but-
have some size in their tight five and in their back row, so they might be moving a flanker into a prop. That you're right. That definitely didn't look like a prop
Didn't look
that
like
came
a
in.
1-for-1 swap whatsoever.
No, Navy's able to gather in the line out. They set up the maul. They're stopped once. They're slowly setting up and moving. Maul still going. Advantage to Navy, it looks like. Maybe another one. Looks like that's a high tackle, and the ref blows the whistle.
Captain.
This is going to go into the corner for another maul. Navy got momentum here, and they're going to use it. Notre Dame College guy still on his knee there.
I'm not going to discuss it. Number 7.
And a yellow card is shown. Not sure which infraction that was for. I think it might have been collapsing the maul or in from the side.
Take your pick.
Marcus is right here. Okay.
Much better kick there by Opp. So at the 26th minute, Notre Dame College has a player
Use the 5.
sent off with a yellow card. Maybe immediately goes into the corner,
Hey,
right
that was
on
a
the 5-meter line. They set up the maul.
He's through the middle. That's
They're deliberate in getting it set up. They're driving.
2 side entry.
Advantage. There's Gant stepping again. Stepping, dancing, heading it back inside.
Sean, you still have
A lot of
advantage.
support there for the mids. Alamon takes it back in.
Leaving his feet.
McElhaney brings it out to the right. Bedia.
Good work, Kate.
I think the ref should still be playing an advantage here. I don't see him
Still yours if
bringing
you
his
want
arm
it.
out. There's Von Schmitz.
Lost. Never got his hands fully on it.
Webb, drive through one.
You're fine. You're fine.
Gantz. That's wide to Smith, and he's able to get it in. Try awarded. Try Navy in the 28th minute. Max Smith able to dot that ball down in the corner after some sustained play inside of Notre Dame's 22.
Yeah, that was great discipline from the midshipman there. I mean, you don't get the try off the maul like you might want. You have to run a couple extra faces. Gets ugly there for a bit. You cool off. You spin it wide. Score a try on the outside. We can do that these days.
Yeah, definitely some patience. The ref had his arm out there at the beginning. It looked like it was a penalty advantage, but he dropped it after a while. So I'm not sure what was going on there. But doesn't matter for Navy. They're able to touch it down. Krieger setting up for the conversion all the way out by the touchline. That conversion is no good.
Anything
Notre
else?
Dame 14, Navy 10.
Yeah.
But if they're completely wrong,
It's not a steady
It's
breeze
okay,
out
he
here
still
in
has to
Annapolis.
come
It's
from
pretty
what the back
gusty, and
is.
it's not straight on either.
It's still
That had he had the leg on that. That had the distance.
Yeah, but that wasn't
not
the
quite
back
the
foot.
accuracy.
It's not a parallel line thing. It's a back foot of anyone
Notre
who's
Dame's
bound
still
in.
playing a man down. They're only about 3 minutes into the yellow card. There's a restart. Down the center, up high. McLean
Inside!
Backer. A little bit of a seatbelt tackle.
Okay, hold here. Counter
Notre
ruck
Dame
is
goes for
fine.
the counter ruck.
Reestablish.
Looks to disrupt. They get it back to
Take
Opp.
it in.
He kicks it.
All on.
Up and under by Notre Dame.
on.
Good job by McClaney gathering that in. Bullock with a carry.
From Reese Thacker there.
Good work. Good work, 6. Yep, no problem.
Looks like this ball
Stay
might come
onside
back to
and use it,
off
please.
or a box kick from McClaney. It's charged down. Not a very good job by Navy's defense there. But they're able to finally turn it back on and get reset.
Yep, I got you.
There's a charge down. They just let that ball sit on the ground. Nobody came in and wanted to jump on that.
I'm disgusted with the decision to box kick there. When you have
That's fine.
Landon Opp, Ronan
He
Krieger,
pushed him
Avi
off, and
Gans,
that's
who can
fine.
kick the ball 70 meters. There's no
All right,
need
now
for it.
away. Good.
And the
Good
ball's
work,
getting
Navy.
hung up with the wind, so you have to
Stay
think
behind the
that
head.
factors into it.
Stay behind
But
the head.
they didn't really set up their box kick play there. That's bobbled, and that's called knock-on by Navy and then a knock-on by Notre Dame. So it'll end up being a scrum down to Notre Dame.
Nothing malicious,
I
nothing deliberate.
didn't quite
just
see
a
the
knock-on.
knock-on by Navy there. I guess it was in the tackle someplace.
Yeah, that was an interesting sequence, but end result, Notre Dame scrum.
First.
What's the pitch? Dominate. Maybe seconds.
You're offside. It's going to be part of this line anywhere, so probably the prop. Yeah. I'll help you out. Crouch. You got it. Fine.
I'm out. I'm in.
All right.
Ref looks to reset the scrum.
All right, let's go. Let's get back in. Team's been great. Let's get back in. Let's do this again. Let's get it right.
Ref talking to both teams' front rows.
30 seconds.
Crouch.
Both scrums reset. Ref calls that near side here. Both props went down. Yeah, you can see it. So
Closer if you have to.
20 came in for the flank. They've got
Closer if you have
the
to.
number 5, the lock that moved over to prop.
And it looks like Bill Webb's giving him a hell of a time over there. There isn't any prop in the country that wants to scrum with William Webb. That I assure you.
There's the set. It's put in. That's out the back. And just a little bit of an over chase there. Like not even really troubled on that line. Uncharacteristic defense there by the midshipmen.
Yeah, scrum defense is kind of getting picked apart today.
A little bit of movement there in the back line for Navy. Not really significant. I mean, Max Smith comes in for true ball blitz, but other than that, that's really the only movement in the back line from a few weeks ago.
When you're going into ground.
Life.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Notre Dame doing an excellent job of exploiting weaknesses here in our scrum defense. I mean, even if you think back to the scrum they had on their own 5-meter, they were able to grubber that out and put Avi Gans under a tremendous amount of pressure. And thanks to his talent, he got out of a bad situation. But
yeah, you have to give Notre Dame some credit there. I mean, they're running some great lines in their backs,
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
well
making
done.
some great passes out the back, right? And we're missing that pass out the back, or the midshipmen are missing that pass out the back.
the push isn't coming from the inside. Whether or not that's a lack of trust here in the flankers, or we gotta bump quicker.
Notre Dame's fullback steps up for the conversion. That's well wide. Try for Notre Dame in the 34th minute.
Trying to come back on. Came up for an HIA.
We've got about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes left on the yellow card. It's Notre Dame 19, Navy 10. Notre Dame trying to make a substitution and bring their prop back on, and I think they're saying, are they saying it's an HIA?
Yeah, you can come out as a blood sub here, but you can't come out for an apparent injury and then decide you're good 15 minutes later or however long it's been.
You got the blood sub and you got an HIA. Those are the only two instances where you're able to come back onto the field. So we'll call that a little bit of shenanigans.
Yeah, he takes his jersey off there, so I don't think we'll be seeing any more of him today.
That's a high kick. He's able to gather it in, though. Notre Dame setting up a clearance here, box kick.
Wynn just carries that forward.
Yeah. Oh, great job by Smith getting up there and gathering that ball in. He got really high.
Navy trigger out the back.
Good job by Bankston. Good job getting that ball out wide. Good tackle. Will Webb gets a good front shoulder there. D'Amico with a good run. Bullock met strongly. He holds on to the ball. That was a great tackle by Notre Dame there. Russell. We haven't had Russell's name called a lot today. That's uncharacteristic of him, but that's a nice strong carry by him right there. Oh, that looked like that might have been offsides by Notre Dame there. Maybe keeps possession, though.
Got to stay patient here. A try under the post would be big.
Yeah, it would, especially with this much time. Good job by Navy there with the patience. Goes a little bit high. Hard to tell with the mass of bodies there what's going on. We'll see what goes here. The ref blows the whistle. Looks like he's pulling out another card. Cynical infractions by Notre Dame. They've got another player sent off. If it's cynical, why not the penalty try? I guess there's too many bodies. There's too many bodies there, so it wasn't like a guaranteed try there. So I get it.
2 yellow cards on the 5 there, though. If I'm Sean McLaney there, I'm begging, pleading, doing whatever I can to get a penalty try there. That's crazy to give out 2 cards and no penalty try.
So Notre Dame basically it looks like they make a swap here with the yellow cards. I don't know if there are 2 players off or just one. I thought the one player might have come back on, but Notre Dame making a lot of changes, a lot of subs here in the first half.
Yeah, you see that problem a lot with yellow cards, particularly the pack. You always have to have a safe scrum. So a lot of the times if you have to swap in a front rower for then, say, a flanker or something just to ensure the scrum is safe, you'll see that commonly.
Navy's put it on the scrum. It's wheeled a little bit. That comes out to Krieger. Not sure what the attempt was there, but offsides.
I don't know if Ronan had a
offsides.
panic attack there or something, but that was crazy.
Maybe the ref was calling advantage there, so it might have been an advantage. So he thought he'd try something different, right?
Oh, I didn't see we had the advantage.
I didn't quite either, sense. But then I saw him bring it back with the arm up, so it had to have been Ronan knew that we had penalty advantage. So he's like, I'll just give this a shot.
If you're Ronan there, you got to back yourself to carry. Come on.
Yeah, especially there was a gap there. Another scrum for Navy. Crouch bind set.
Oh, that's a great push.
Navy a little bit slow on that recovery there. You have to give Notre Dame's defense some credit there. Like they're getting wide. They're able to do it. I'd love to see some trust in the forwards and just letting them bang it in there.
Yeah, you just got to let this develop for them.
Yep, right.
Sean looks like he's going to go for the ball and then hands it back over.
He wants to. He's trying to make the defense play it honest, right? And they're able to sneak it in and touch the ball down. That's try, Navy. Looks like that's Jake Bedia. Great job by Bedia there, seeing the try line right in front of him in the midst of the ruck and able to dive in there and put it down. Great score for Navy.
Yeah, love to see the big boys go to work.
Just as the half expires. Yep. Krieger stepping out for the conversion. That's up and just wide. Scores Notre Dame 19, Navy 15. That'll be the end of the first half here in Annapolis. Notre Dame with a strong first half. Great back play, good defensive play on their try line. Navy with some uncharacteristic mistakes in their own half and some uncharacteristic defense there. But they will have the wind at their backs for the second half. Expect Navy to really push the tempo, take advantage of the wind, look to spread the field and put Notre Dame under some pressure here.
Yeah, I predict a stern talking to from Coach Hickey here.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. Well, we'll see everyone back here in a few minutes, in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half. Thanks for joining us here in Annapolis.
I'm Charlotte DeHolland, and this is the Student Athlete Spotlight.
Charlotte,
Yes.
why do you like rugby?
I love rugby because of this saying that we have on the team, with you. Whenever you take the ball into contact, you have your teammate who's standing next to you who's yelling, with you, with you, with you. And I feel like this idea of being with you, of your teammates being with you, is, you see it throughout the sport, on and off the pitch, and I just really love that about it.
Do you have a favorite hit where you just laid out somebody?
I have game amnesia, so I don't remember anything after it's happened, but I definitely can remember watching my teammates just absolutely trucking people, and so I've got a couple of those that I store up here, yeah.
What was it like being on an episode of Cake Boss?
So this happened in the second grade. My whole class was on an episode of Cake Boss, and they just made like this giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich cake for us. I remember the cake not tasting good.
You are fluent in 3 languages and learning a 4th, is that correct?
Yes, I speak French and Spanish, and I'm doing my Duolingo Portuguese, so.
You want to travel to Portugal?
I'd love to, yes, I've never been.
You have a French background. Both your parents were born and raised in France. What is your favorite part of your French heritage?
My whole family still lives in France with a couple of cousins in Belgium, and my favorite thing is just going back and visiting them, traveling the country. I've been through most of it with my parents and my brother, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I love being there. Both my parents grew up in or around Paris, but my dad's family is originally from the north of France, and that's where my grandparents live now. Most recently, we were in Biarritz in Arcachon, down in the southwest of France, and it's just like a really beautiful area, and they have a lot of rugby there as well, though we didn't get to watch a game.
Charlotte, what is your dream vacation?
Oh, I don't know, that's a hard one. I've always wanted to go to Iceland. I've never been, so that's definitely at the top of the bucket list.
You're stranded on a desert island for a week. You can only bring 3 things with you. What will you bring?
I'm taking a 7-day break on this island?
Yes.
And I'm getting rescued afterwards?
Sure.
Okay. And I'd bring some sunscreen and a towel, beach towel.
You got one.
And a book.
What book?
Something I haven't read yet. It would have to be probably a long one to last 7 days too. Maybe The Lord of the Rings. Haven't read that one yet.
What's your favorite movie?
Probably up there would be The Martian, because I used to really want to be an astronaut when I was little, so I really liked that movie. Yeah. Otherwise, How to Train Your Dragon is like a childhood favorite of mine.
What, Charlotte, has been your proudest moment as a midshipman?
I think being voted captain of the rugby team was probably really high up there. I love the team so much, and the fact that my teammates put that kind of trust in me was a really big moment for me.
What else would you like people to know?
I have 3 middle names. It's a fun fact. I like that one. Yeah. My name is actually technically pronounced Charlotte Louise Adélaïde Victoire Dalin, but I just have people say Charlotte de Holwyn.
Yeah, I'll send you up. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Go ahead with the question. Yeah. Just on the scrum.
Nadir Mlemdi, and this is the Student Athlete Spotlight.
Nadir, what's a common misconception about sprint football?
A common misconception about sprint football is that it's not like real football. Some people ask if it's 7-on-7 or if it's in full pads, but I assure you sprint football is full 11-on-11, full pads, full go, full hitting, just little guys, but the heart is the same size too, so, you know.
You're from Cincinnati. What is the ideal order from Skyline Chili?
Oh, that's a great question. Probably I do the 5-way, a big bowl of noodles and get everything you can on it. It's good stuff.
What is your favorite thing to do in Cincinnati?
Most people would think there's not much to do in Cincinnati, but maybe they're right. But my family's there, my friends are there, and that's where all my memories of growing up are. So I just love hanging out with my friends, and my buddy has a tree house in his backyard. That's pretty Cincinnati, so we just hang out in the tree house. I love my mom. She's a huge motivation in my life, so if I'm doing an interview here, I just got to shout her out, of course.
If you could play in any football stadium in the world, which one would it be?
Heinz Field. Now I think it's called Acrisure Stadium, but because I'm a big Steelers fan. I was actually born in Pittsburgh and then moved to Cincinnati.
Nadir, if you could have lunch with anyone in the world, living or dead, who would it be?
Probably Kobe Bryant. Once he retired, and he really opened up kind of as a father and as like a teacher to the youth and to people in all sports and stuff. Kobe can just be a motivation, not only in sports but any facet of life. So I think that's beautiful.
Which football player do you model your game after?
Probably Grant Hooper. He's an old player here. Also wore number 3. He's a huge role model of mine. He was a great player, probably the best corner, probably in sprint history. And I try to be like him as a man and as a player.
If you had a superpower, which one would it be?
The ability to catch a football, because I drop a lot of picks.
Sticky hands.
Sticky hands.
What do you want to do when you graduate?
I put in Marine ground first. I'd say because of all the officers I've met on the yard, it's been the Marine officers who have had the biggest impact on my life, and I see the way that they impact and lead those around them, and that's kind of the man I want to.
It's going to come off and stay off?
No. When we
The blood suds. Okay, so what we'll do is, we'll start the blood sug time at the half, and he's got 15 clock minutes, not 15 game minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep. Up in the ball, and then he took it. Well, there we go. Never mind. We got it.
It's on your side.
Okay. Remy, you ready? Guys ready? Okay. Have fun. Inside!
Kicks off for the deep ball to Notre Dame College. Struck down by Tanner Russell.
Met immediately by Jake D'Amico. Still about 5-6 minutes left on the yellow card for Notre Dame. Almost charged down there, right on the 5-meter line. That's out of bounds. Good clearance kick.
Good way to start the second half here for the midshipmen.
There you go.
I like that one. No, go back.
Still have the wind to contend with. They set up the maul. Notre Dame looks to disrupt. Spun around. Penalty awarded to Navy. Collapsing the maul is the call against Notre Dame. I mean, you saw that thing just topple down over there in the corner. All we saw was the backside of Notre Dame on that maul. They start pushing sideways, pull the maul down. Op kicks that out of bounds. Great opportunity for an attacking line out and maul for Navy.
All right, keep your maul shape, guys.
Hey, boys, same thing.
They go to the front of the maul again.
Watch his neck! Get off his neck!
They immediately get a little push, a little bit of snake back and forth. Notre Dame going backwards.
Down by goal!
McClaney pulls it out to Krieger. He takes it into contact.
Stay back.
Just
Good.
need a little bit more either quickness on there, but now they're setting it up in the forwards. I mean, they had some space out wide there.
No. The ball's available.
Navy
Take a
player
step. I
takes
got
that
you. Take a step.
immediately into the Notre Dame player.
On the goal line. On the goal line. Short. Short. On the goal line. Hands up. Short. Let it come.
Navy going
Leave it
into
six.
their
On the goal
short
line. Get your hand back.
yardage game here.
Stolen.
Looks like that's turned over. Sean just a little bit indecisive when he pulled that ball out that close to the try line. Gantz with it. He goes to step a little bit. He gets it wide to Smith. Smith dances inside and outside. He's met on the inside.
No.
Support is there. McClaney goes to get in between the two players.
Away.
He sees
20.
the seam there. Quickly closes. Navy with an advantage.
Stay out.
Becker with a little bit of a side
That's
step
in.
there.
That's still in.
Taylor able to get through a seam there. He's met eventually, though. Alman. Schmitz.
Tackle! Tackle!
He's down.
Good job.
You can see his knees on the ground from here. And there's Russell. Try Navy. Tanner Russell. Navy takes their first lead of the match. Great run there by Tanner Russell. He gets that gap. He's able to squeeze, not really squeeze between two players.
Tanner
He really
kind
just
of
runs
barreled
over one.
through Notre Dame College's 8 there. It looked like he may have even had the wind knocked out of him. That was fantastic.
Yeah, he might still be down there. He was already down low. I would not want to get in front of Tanner Russell when he's got a full head of steam. I mean, he runs with some heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's a big boy, too.
Yeah, he big, he's strong. That's a phenomenal start to the second half for the midshipmen. You get the kickoff, you block the box, create pressure, you get the ball back.
That conversion is good. Navy goes up by 3 for their first lead of the day. Navy 22, Notre Dame 19. 44 minutes into the match.
Izzy, tell him 90 seconds left on the card. 90 seconds left. Yeah, 40. It's at 46 even. Yep.
About 90 seconds left on the yellow card here for Notre Dame. That's a high kick. Alman's up. He's met immediately. Good job there by Alman gathering that kick in. That was a beautiful restart kick for Notre Dame. Straight back for Gantz.
All on.
Line drive kick down the center. It's gathered in. Chip kick. McClaney. Unfortunate error there by Opp. A little bit of an unexpected pass from McClaney there. Just a miscommunication between the two Navy players there.
Yeah, there was a wall of midshipmen there on the kick chase.
Right.
Notre Dame punches it back
heads.
over the
I
top.
want it higher off
Simple
the shoulder,
miscom
okay?
turns
We
into
were
a
slipping in
scrum
the first half.
in Navy
Thank you, guys.
territory.
Crouch. Bind. Nice and high. Good job, guys. Set.
Crash
Stable.
bind set the call. That goes in. That ball comes out. We've got a sub from Navy. Ed Soder in it, and that's a knock-on by Notre Dame. Navy has the ball. They get it back to Opp. He kicks it long. Nobody's back for Notre Dame. And that's going back into the 22. Two Notre Dame players back.
Love having
the
wind in your back.
Good clear. Good clear.
A little bit of a counter ruck by the Navy. They kick it out of bounds.
50-22 is on.
Nobody's back there, though. It takes a sideways bounce for Gantz. He looks up. Little mismatch. So you got to favor Gantz there all day long. He kicks it back, though.
NDC's 8-man dropped to a knee there.
He did. I mean, that's Gantz all day long on that matchup.
Hands on hips, hands over the head here for Notre Dame. Great pressure from the midshipmen.
And we've got the Notre Dame yellow card coming back in, as well as a sub or two.
Fine. Yeah, number 6 was surfing on the top. He can't do that. Yeah. Okay.
When you see teams playing the size game, you expect to see a lot of the subs. Navy has another miscue there on the line-out, but they're able to steal that. Good poach by Navy. That overthrow on Navy's line-out didn't work to plan, but they're able to get that ball back with a well-timed poach.
He also fell down.
He gets the ball out. Krieger takes it into contact.
No! Too long! Stay back. Get back 13.
Schmitz.
Nothing in it.
High tackle there. Not sure if the ref is going to call that. I don't see an advantage play, but Navy's able to maintain possession.
Good job, 8.
Up. Kicks it. Crossfield. Pops up really high. Kick chase is good. Good job by Max Smith.
That's fine.
On the tackle there. Notre Dame player does a great job of putting that ball on the ground and regathering his feet to pick the ball up so he can maintain possession.
Use it.
Notre Dame looking for the clearance here. Box kick. Way up high. That's staying in. Smith is underneath. And he's tackled out of bounds.
Timing is good.
Notre Dame making another sub.
Time on.
Good catch there by Max Smith, but he's immediately tackled into touch. Good misdirection there by Notre Dame.
Yeah, I saw that. I missed it.
Stopped in his tracks by Tanner.
Good tackle by the midshipman there.
I'm sorry.
It goes sideways off the ground. He's met immediately. Almost a charge down there. Ops back. Gantz does a good job. Right in the face of some great contact.
Tackle now! Away!
He's able to get down. And then draws the penalty. Great job by Gantz there. He was isolated. Ill-timed pass over to Gantz, but he's able to keep his feet while being tackled by 3 or 4 players trying to hold him up and turn it into a maul. And then the Notre Dame player does not roll away, and they're penalized.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but there was no way. He put himself there.
NBC player there kind of at the bottom.
He didn't get pulled in. He found himself there.
Areas in the game, but that's penalty Navy all day.
You have the responsibility not to be on the wrong side of the tackle, right? Like that's the call right there. It's unfortunate. It's unlucky. I mean, there's not necessarily any malice associated with it. And, I mean, it's
let go. You're on the side.
Sides of the ball. It's unfortunate. Navy gets the line out. They form the maul.
Watch out, Sean.
No, behind your man.
Get over. Slide over.
Navy being deliberate in their maul setup here.
2 is fine. 2 is fine.
Yeah, we got him.
It finally goes down. And it'll be a turnover.
Number two came through the middle.
Dame.
Everyone else peeled off. Number 2 came through the middle.
It'll be a scrum down to Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's the problem there, or especially one of the dangers of there of trying to roll that maul like that, is that if you don't cover the ball up well, you run in that risk of the other team just being able to wrap around it, and Navy not able to get the ball out, scrum to Notre Dame.
Is that better? All right.
Yeah, for a maul, no responsibility for the players on the ground to roll away from the ball. So a little bit of a distinction there between a ruck and a maul. In a maul, the players do not have the responsibility to roll away from the ball. In a ruck, there is the responsibility for the players to roll away from the ball. So important distinction to understand there. Another one, I mean, certainly in a maul, you also, the defense can't pull the maul down, right? So there's a fine line there between pulling the maul down or the maul collapsing. Once the maul is on the ground, defensive players don't have to roll away. And that's typically where you see the turnover in a maul. It's either held up in the maul or taken to the ground, and then the defense doesn't have the responsibility to roll away. They can cover it up all they want.
Thank you, 3. That's fine. Set.
Ready.
Navy has to be careful about the early push there.
This way.
Notre Dame scrum half didn't even put the ball in.
It's coming across. So it's this side moving that way.
Ref resets the scrum.
Yep, ready. 1, 2, 3. Hey, come on, man. Show them what's up. 7 seconds.
All right.
Let's go.
Hey, no more resets. Let's get this in. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Crouch, bind, set the call. There's the put in. It goes back. Notre Dame's fullback. He kicks. Crossfield. Gantz is back. And that goes out of bound. It'll be a Navy line out. Right on the 10-meter line.
Navy used the 10. 5? Okay. I got you here. You have the 10.
Wind coming almost directly cross field
that
right
sack
now.
is fine. Play out.
Great job by the midshipman there. Max Smith has space out wide. A little bit of a high tackle there, but Max Smith is able to keep his feet. Driving tacklers off both hands. Notre Dame caught on the wrong side of the ball again. There's the advantage for Navy.
That right there is why Max Smith's in the starting lineup.
And that's a try, Navy. Great job there by Navy, getting that ball out wide. Beautiful ball speed, stretching that field. Max Smith does a fantastic job in the face of a high tackle there. He kind of shoves off one, shoves off two. Get it back inside, continue getting his feet pumping, and get it down right by the try line before Ronan Krieger gets that ball and drives through a few tacklers
coming down the line?
and gets that ball down. Try Navy in the 55th minute by Ronan Krieger. He steps up to convert his own try.
Okay.
That conversion splits the pipes. Navy 29, Notre Dame 19. Notre Dame looks to restart. Deep down the center. Ed Soder gathers it in.
Ready.
Yep, good.
Straight back to Gantz for the clearance kick.
All right, all on.
He drives it.
Take him back.
Notre Dame players are back.
All on.
Back. Gantz is still back there. He gets it to Op.
No, he's on.
Again,
he moved 5 meters.
That's going to hit the ground first. Oh, and that's bobble. That's a knock on. That's just unlucky for the Notre Dame player for sure. That ball, he would have been better off if he just took some patience, stepped back, and let it hit the ground again. Instead, he tries to pick it up right off the ground and ends up knocking it on.
Yeah, with as talented as Landon is, I'd actually suggest he was trying to do that there. I think he may have seen some space a little shorter, wanted that top spin on it and see if he could get something out of it, and he did. So I may have a lot of faith in Landon, but I'd argue he actually was trying to do that.
Way to see the positive in everything, Scrappy.
Try my best.
Keep working. Good ball.
It's a scrum down to Navy right on the 10-meter line inside Notre Dame's half of the field. Steady scrum. A little bit of a wheel there. Up, inside. Oh, unlucky there.
Knock on advantage. Blue.
Kill it, Rody.
Okay. All right.
A little bit of a knock
We're good.
on there.
We're finishing off the tackle. There was a knock on by
and then
Navy.
Navy goes
from
for
Notre Dame
the
College.
poach. They're able to steal the ball, but the ref blows it up for the knock on.
Yeah, there was a Mel of a Hess there. I honestly had no idea where the ball even went.
Yeah.
So I'll say
I wasn't sure who picked it up off the knock on. Notre Dame player picked it up.
Or your tight head, I should say.
I couldn't tell who that was from Navy. That was immediately over the ball, but they did a good job of stripping it.
Yeah, seconds. Navy, seconds.
Almost a little bit of a tip tackle afterwards.
Crouch.
Notre Dame players have to be careful about that. They're carrying a lot of penalties into this half. I don't think the refs have a lot of
Notre Dame College is in a prime position here to try to stab at a 50-22.
Don't pull him through.
Good job.
Thank you, Sean.
With Navy's defense that time. That's over the top. Gantz. He gathers it back, steps inside, and kicks it deep.
50-22.
Notre Dame's College 22 in desperate need of a map trying to find any
call
there.
Notre Dame calls for the mark.
He's here. 10 from me.
Great
yeah, you're fine. You're all fine.
Navy about why he's so slick and so tricky. I mean, he's just got a mean step off of the left and the right foot.
He gets those happy feet going. You have no idea where he's going to go.
Looks like that ball's staying in. Smith gathers it. Krieger's able to keep his feet. A little bit of goofiness going on there. Alman. Soder gathers that ball in. Bankston. Good job by Navy getting that ball out wide. McClaney gets it out.
Navy's just doing a great job of getting the ball through hands right now.
For sure.
I can't hear you.
Good job by Russell there. He spins out of one. Stiff arms another. And he's in. Try Von Schmitz. Fantastic job by Von Schmitz. Going right up the middle. Fantastic line to split the guts open of Notre Dame. And he fends off 3 players, completely isolated. Spins out of one, stiff arms another, and just takes it through the seam to dot it down between the sticks for Navy in the 59th minute.
Thank you.
That was sensational from Vaughn. He fends off the guy trailing. Notre Dame College is 15, wants nothing to do with it. He spins out that, tries it underneath the post.
I'll get you after this.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch that replay. I don't know how many times tonight. Conversion by Krieger is up and good in the 60th minute.
Thank you.
Navy 36, Notre Dame 19. Notre Dame taking their time to get back up for the restart. Notre Dame looking to settle things down. That kicks up down the center. Soder's there. He gathers it in. High tackle, seatbelt tackle.
Ref on the wrong side of there, misses it.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to see that from this side. You'd hope that the AR would catch it, but he's down at field level. Gantz with a kick. Notre Dame's 8 is there. Navy's kick chase is up. Kick comes back. Op is back. He gathers it in. Kicks it back. It's over one head. Bounces up. Another. Notre Dame able to catch it right outside their 22. Kicks it back. He's back. He gets it to Gantz. Gantz with a kick deep right.
50-22.
It bounces. Notre Dame's 22 gathers it inside the 22. Goes for the clearance kick. And that's straight out.
It's from inside the 22. Yep.
Navy makes a front row sub. Michael Kalalau coming in for Jacob D'Amico. Great shift by D'Amico there.
Time off. We have a man down. Yeah. No. It wasn't taken in.
Oh, he took it back?
No, he did. It was always in the 22. You're fine.
Notre Dame players down.
Okay.
One down on the field, stretching out what looks to be a cramp.
Yeah, now I'd pose the question here. If you have a Notre Dame player treating another Notre Dame player on the field, that's play on. There's no athletic trainer present. There's no interference.
He's a second row.
Play on.
Okay. Are you in the lineout?
Notre Dame's fly half pleading with the
team.
He's
subbing off.
But they are still in this. Looks like Notre Dame lock coming out.
Let's have someone, please.
Have any names for Notre Dame up here today?
He's in? Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, no problem. The Notre Dame bench is rather near empty here, and I don't know if someone else came on there.
That's up. Forms Mall.
17 out.
Advantage arm's
down. Advantage arm is up.
Use it if you want it.
That ball is available for McClaney. He gets it out. Smith sees a little bit of space. He's not held in the tackle. He gets back up. Keeps on driving.
Oh, no.
McClaney sees a half gap. He goes through. He's not held in the tackle. He's able to get his arms free. Beatty is there. Alamon. Stiff arm.
Navy's just trying to keep the pace up here. Going to look creative with it off the ground.
Almost Fijian there. Sidestep by Von Schmitz.
Stay back one step.
McClaney out to the left. Will Webb. Austin Taylor. He stays up. Krieger. Up. Couldn't tell if that was Gantz out wide.
I think it was JD.
Yeah, I think it was. You're right. I see Gantz now in the back. That was JD Benson that took it into contact. Bedia catches a high ball. He's able to maintain control.
Good job, Aiden. No.
Taylor.
No there.
Russell runs over one, keeps the feet going.
Yes, sir.
Krieger steps inside another, almost loses the ball, but touches it down. Try Navy Ronan Krieger. Great job dancing out of two tackles, leaving Notre Dame players on the ground. Great job by Ronan Krieger there taking that ball. They didn't have a lot of numbers out wide. They were kind of isolated, but Krieger trusting his legs, takes it through contact, and he's able to put the ball down. Looked like that ball slipped out of his arms a little bit as he was carrying it. I thought he might lose it for a second. They do a good job. Ronan does a good job keeping a hold of that ball. Navy makes a sub. Ray Thacker comes off. Rob Booth in the 19 jersey comes on. Navy subs looking to warm up here. Get a few more bodies onto the field. That kick is up. Gantz catches it.
Always inside.
Back.
All on.
Notre Dame outside center catches it, takes it to the fullback.
Just
chipped again.
Wall of midshipman players running out of Notre Dame's backfield there.
And that's a good job with a 50-22 there. The ref stops it. Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Nice job by Navy trying
it right on the
to
line,
play
didn't you?
on there, but
All right. You bounced it
that
on the line.
was a fantastic 50-22 by Notre Dame College.
Yeah, a dangerous attempted play there from Sean. You love the idea of trying to keep the ball in to avoid the 50-22, but you got Notre Dame players coming on strong there, and you don't want them just to be able to pick it up and walk in untouched.
He was the only one back, too. Like, Navy didn't have any other players in support there on the kick return, so not necessarily a bad play overall. Navy's got to back their defense here.
9, stay back! 9, stay
Navy
back!
contest at the front. Notre Dame sets up the maul.
Yep.
Navy penalized.
No, it wasn't. You swung around. It's on the 15. It's on the 15.
I think it was coming from the side or changing the bind.
Came around. Yeah, Navy used the 5.
Notre Dame
Notre
kicks
Dame
it
College,
out.
you got here.
You can expect
You
that
had the
they'll
5.
go for another maul here.
Yeah, just make sure you're in the 15. You're fine.
That's an overthrow. Not sure if that's a planned overthrow, but Notre Dame's able to catch it. They go for another pick and go. They're immediately brought back.
It's there.
Navy's defense does a good job rolling away.
Yeah, and that's
Pick
why
and
I
go.
moved him, 19.
Tackled.
Knock it off.
Another pick and go.
Knock it off, 19. Play the game. Don't play me.
Pick and go. More and more pick and goes. Good counter ruck by Russell there.
That's ball was out. That's fine.
Notre Dame able to maintain possession, though.
Tanner Russell taking souls today, man.
Still in. All right, now away. Play Navy.
Notre Dame looking for the quick pick and go. You can see it. Navy's got to be disciplined here. Stay close to the ruck. Keep an eye out for it. Good job there by Kalalau with the tackle.
Certainly more on top of it than we were in the first half.
Good job by Kalalau again. Inside ball to the 17. The prop.
This is a lot of phases for a tired Notre Dame pack to run here in the 68th minute.
A little bit of off the ball shenanigans going on there. That wasn't anywhere close to the maul. Navy going for the counter ruck.
Number 2, you're fine.
Navy
Number 6 is in
penalized.
the way.
Not rolling away, maybe. I'm not sure what the call is.
Number 2 is fine. Number 6
Notre Dame
roll.
asks for the scrum.
Yeah, the pileup that was created there after Navy came over the top kind of, I'm sure it got messy, and that seems to be what
I
resulted
know your
in the
new
penalty.
scrums have been good. Let's keep them straight. All right.
I mean, as long as you're on the ground and you're not playing the ball and you're not trying to get involved in the play,
Legally.
you're on the ground. You're not in the play, right? The key there being as long as the player on the ground doesn't get involved. As soon as he puts out an arm or tries to trip or does something simple, then
don't move.
all bets are off. Crouch bind set by Notre Dame. They send it out wide, and that's knocked on by Notre Dame. That was a lot of back and forth there. Okay, the ref finally ends up blowing it up. Knock on by Notre Dame there. Unfortunate. Navy's defense was there.
Yeah, that's just got to be disheartening for the NDC squad.
Navy lining up a bunch of subs here at midfield. Looks like they're going to make some changes, but they're not out of trouble here yet. This is right in front of the sticks. They're backed up here on their own 5-meter line. Navy's got work to do to get out. Schmitz dances. The ball squirts out. They're able to maintain possession of it. but it's called
forward,
a knock
and then he
on.
brought it back in. Knocked on. Thanks, Izzy.
Schmitz did a good job getting a forward carry there, but I don't even know if I'd call that a knock on. I mean, it was just kicked out of the ruck by one of the Navy players coming through.
Yeah,
maybe when Sean tried to pick the ball up and knocked it on a little bit.
Yeah, in the spin there, Vaughn did an excellent job of getting a couple extra meters, but he ends up on his back there, and that's just not where you want to be going into the ruck.
And you have a bunch of your support players caught up in the scrum trying to get out of that. So a little bit of a risky play. Scrum down to Notre Dame. They play quickly. Ball comes out. Double tackle there.
That's fine.
Another knock on. And that is a knock on. Another knock on by Notre Dame College. Unfortunate errors there.
Yeah, the success Notre Dame College was having in their scrum attack earlier seemed to wither away, and the Navy just continues to apply pressure in their defense here.
Yeah, Notre Dame was running some great lines in that first half, and the plays are just not there in the second half. And you can kind of see they're playing really flat as well. That entire back line.
All right, let's keep it up. These last four have been the best one all day.
The players stacked. Notre Dame's fullback, he's got some skill. He's usually first half he's involved in that play. He's right off the back. He gets that ball out the back, and he's able to take the ball. That play right there, he's all the way in the back by midfield playing for defense. Navy getting pushed back in this scrum.
No, he's fine. He's
Ron
fine.
Schmitz takes into contact.
Yep.
He's picked up.
That was a tackle. It was completely released. Number 20
Navy
wasn't on it.
penalized
9.
for holding on to the ball.
Yeah, 5 Navy subs that want to come into the game here, and we just can't get the ball out of our own zone.
Looks like Notre Dame will go for the corner here. That was the ref's right there. He says it's on the other side of the flag, so. Scrum down to Navy. That's an unfortunate error for Notre Dame's fullback.
Bomb squad comes on now.
Notre Dame's fullback. A little bit distraught on that one.
Yeah, I saw it.
There's no need to get that aggressive on that kick, though. Like you've got the space right there. It's not.
Thank you.
Yeah, not much of a difference there if that goes out on the 5 or the 6. Because if it goes anywhere out 1 to 5, it's back to the 5, and if it comes out to the 6,
okay, 22.
So be it.
Navy behind your kicker, please.
Gant's getting ready for the restart here. Yep. That ball goes sideways. Chip kick. Gantz. Good job by unlucky there. Unlucky by Navy.
Yeah. Let him have the ball. It was knocked on into touch.
Knocked into touch.
Thank you.
Off
Bye. Knocked on into touch. What
the
would you
ground
like?
there. Great job by Gantz.
Scrum called.
Stiff arming, getting around players.
No. Not a knock on into touch. No.
And then just the clean out gets a little bit sloppy there for Navy.
Yeah, it looked like Avy almost kicked the ball up on his way out there. That guy, it looked strange. That was phenomenal.
I mean, that was really close to us. We got a good look.
Yeah. Phenomenal job.
Just an unusual.
Yeah, just
I don't know what happened, but the ball ends up getting kicked or punched or just punted into touch by the Navy clear-out players. Regardless, it'll be a scrum down to Notre Dame. That scrum collapses.
No, we were too far away. They go through. Come closer. No, come closer. Come closer.
Navy's got an entirely new front row that came in here. Kalalau, Ramondi, and Hodling across the front row for Navy.
Crouch. Fine. Set. Stable.
Notre Dame with a put in. Russell off the side. He knocks it forward. He has a good step inside, but as he makes that step with the Navy defense in front of him, he loses control over that ball. I think he was trying to get it out of his arms so he could make that pass out wide, but he ends up knocking it on.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure there, and there's a lot of trying to do a couple things at once. And with the Navy defense flying at you, it's a knock-on scrum Navy.
Navy makes a bunch of changes in the back line as well as that front row. So Boblets comes in, Cornelius. Yep. Navy penalized on that scrum for going to their knees. That kick goes to touch. Be Notre Dame's line out on the 22.
Blue sub.
Notre Dame
Maybe you have the
one more
22.
sub.
Hey, 6 man, 6 man.
Just wait a second for your 90 ball.
Get down fast.
Okay, here we go.
Alamon, the lone senior in that back line now.
It was back by Navy, off legs, play on.
A bunch of plebes in the play. That's turned over to Navy. Russell again with a strong carry.
Yeah, Tanner Russell, man.
It's available there. Two, good job. No, he's fine. Two, good job. He moved his ass.
That, drives it low. Goes back. Almost bounces over the Notre Dame player's head. There he is. He chips it sideways. Krieger's back.
Negative attempt to wrap there from Notre Dame's 11.
Navy able to maintain possession there.
No, we need a release.
There. Striel, Cornelius. Cornelius gets a knee down. Not releasing.
Knees on the ground. For the ball.
Yeah, that's a penalty.
Cornelius gets offside.
I don't know about. Well, I mean, yeah, he was offside.
He gets
as
a
well,
knee down. Yeah,
he had both knees down.
No release.
The Notre Dame player doesn't. They don't release, and they end up picking up the ball from an offside position. Krieger with a kick. Is that going to stay in? Is that going to make it out? That stays in. He taps it back, and that's on the line. That's a touch. Navy somehow ekes out more yardage.
Yeah, Notre Dame
from that play.
Gives us a couple extra there. We'll take that any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Notre Dame really unfortunate there. The kick stays in bounds. The Notre Dame player tries to tap it backwards. The rub of the green. That ball bounces sideways and hits the line.
No need to really tap it out. The ball was in. You could have just caught it clean and returned.
Maybe returning to the 22 for the first time in a while. Short line out.
No!
Them all.
No, get out, 8.
He breaks through. And that's a try, Navy. He breaks, hard to see from our perspective. Try, Tanner Russell. Great job. Navy does a good job setting up that maul. It just kind of peels away. We just see a mass of bodies in the way from our perspective here. But you can see on the backside that Russell was able to kind of break through, keep on driving his legs. I mean, Russell is a tough player to bring down when he gets his legs moving.
Yeah, as this game's gone on, we've just seen more and more out of Tanner. It's really been fun to watch.
It's always fun watching Tanner Russell play flanker. I mean, he's all over the field typically. I mean, I guess we didn't even say his name for the first 20 minutes, which is pretty unusual, but he's really come into the game. The end of the first half and into the second half.
No, he didn't. He's adjusting his... Relax. Go ahead.
So on conversion attempts, you can try to chase it down and block it. If anyone watched Cheslin Colby in the South Africa match against France.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
He took off and blocked that kick attempt,
That's it.
the conversion attempt by France. So Notre Dame trying to do the same thing, but ultimately they're unsuccessful. That conversion by Ronan Krieger is good, and that's the match here in Annapolis. Navy 50, Notre Dame 19. After a testy and relatively tight first half, Navy blanks Notre Dame in the second half and pulls away.
There was that second 20 because.
Thanks for joining us on the live stream feed here in Annapolis. This is the last home match of the fall season for us, both on the men's and the women's side. Thanks for Notre Dame College coming down here and making the trip from Ohio. Safe travels back. And thanks for joining us here in Annapolis. Signing off here. Navy wins, keeps the top of the Rugby East Conference standings intact.
Way to go today. Thank you. Great job. Well done. Well done.